Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the key takeaways from a JRE episode where Joe Rogan talks with Max Lugavere. Max is a journalist who's become quite a well-known scientific researcher and popularizer. He wrote a trilogy of books, the Genius Trilogy, one on food, one on life, and one on a recipe book about the kitchen. He is also the producer of a documentary that was released in June 2024 called Little Empty Boxes. All of his work was motivated by his mother's experience with a form of dementia. Max explains the harmful effects of our standard American diet, or SAD diet. He talks about gut health and the many things in our diet damaging it. He goes into details about the problems with eating ultra-processed foods and the benefits of fiber, FODMAP and carnivore diets, the benefits of fermented foods to heal painful gut symptoms from antibiotic overuse, and IBS and IBD. So let's get into it. From both a nutritional and environmental perspective, the average American is unknowingly causing self-harm daily. This is due to the foods we eat and the various exposures we encounter, leading to constant inflammation. Our circadian rhythms are disrupted, we are more sedentary than ever, and we are exposed to numerous industrial chemicals. For example, the Environmental Working Group identified 217 industrial chemicals in the cord blood of pregnant women. It's not just one compound causing our problems, but the cumulative effect of many exposures. Our bodies are resilient, but they can only handle so much. Combine these exposures with widespread nutrient deficiencies, unprecedented sedentary behavior, chronic stress, and poor sleep, and it's clear why so many people suffer from chronic diseases. Detoxifying the body has become a contentious topic on social media, often used to sell supplements. However, our bodies can naturally detoxify if we provide them with the right nutrients. Max advocates for consuming grass-fed, grass-finished meat, and a high-protein diet. He also believes dietary fiber plays a crucial role in detoxifying the body. The three primary ways the body detoxifies are through urination, defecation, and sweating. Soluble fiber binds with bile acids in the gut, preventing their reabsorption and allowing them to be expelled from the body. This process also helps lower LDL cholesterol. Regular bowel movements are essential for eliminating toxins. If you're not pooping regularly, you're harboring toxins. This might be one reason why fiber is consistently associated with better health and lifespan. People who eat more fruits and vegetables tend to have other healthy habits, but fiber itself helps remove toxins from the body. Soluble fiber traps bile acids released in the gut, which are needed to break down and absorb fats. Normally, these acids would be reabsorbed in the small intestine, but soluble fiber prevents this, allowing them to be expelled. In contrast, meat is a low-residue food, mostly absorbed in the small intestine. The bulk of stool is made up of fiber, dead bacteria, and cells sloughed off from the intestinal lining. Without fiber, stool composition changes significantly. Carnivore dieters claim they have regular bowel movements, but Max believes not including fiber in your diet is a missed opportunity. The carnivore diet might offer short-term benefits for certain conditions like Crohn's or IBS, but he doesn't think it's optimal long-term. Max did concede that it's not good for someone to stop a diet that's helping them, but the primary benefit of fiber compared to a carnivore diet is its ability to absorb and expel compounds from the gut. This doesn't happen with a meat-only diet. Fiber has several benefits. Firstly, it is satiating. Although it is not as filling as protein, fiber physically expands the stomach, which helps suppress the hunger hormone ghrelin. This makes fiber-containing foods beneficial for promoting a feeling of fullness. Secondly, fiber plays a role in lipid regulation, hormone regulation, and toxin removal. Lastly, fiber appears to promote gut bacterial diversity. While some studies suggest that fermented foods may be more effective in this regard, it is known that fiber feeds gut bacteria. This interaction produces beneficial postbiotic compounds like sodium butyrate, which is anti-inflammatory and serves as a fuel source for gut cells. One argument from proponents of the carnivore diet is that fiber is unnecessary. Interestingly, many people who eat only meat for extended periods report relief from various autoimmune conditions and other health issues. This suggests that there is no one-size-fits-all diet, and different people have different tolerances to plant-based foods. For example, red meat is generally well tolerated by most people, though some individuals with alpha-gal syndrome, a condition linked to tick bites, develop a sensitivity to red meat. By and large, red meat is well tolerated if the individual produces enough stomach acid. The rising prevalence of autoimmune conditions and allergies today indicates that many people's immune systems are not fully competent. Various factors contribute to this, such as overuse of antibiotics and the hygiene hypothesis, which suggests that our overly sterile environment weakens our immune response. Additionally, fewer children are being breastfed or are born via C-section, and travel can introduce infections that alter the microbiome. Despite these sensitivities, plant foods generally offer significant benefits that outweigh the risks. Many people turn to probiotics after antibiotics, but a study found that probiotics could delay the recolonization of healthy gut bacteria. Instead, gradually reintroducing a diet that includes fermented foods may be more effective for supporting gut bacterial diversity. Fermented foods like kimchi, natto, raw sauerkraut, and raw pickles are particularly beneficial. Essentially, what you eat influences your gut health. In cases of severe gut issues like persistent nausea, a low FODMAP diet might help. This diet eliminates fermentable carbohydrates that can worsen symptoms of bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. While some people find relief with a carnivore diet, it can be restrictive, and exploring less drastic dietary changes like low FODMAP might be more sustainable. Max shared that his diet consists of meat and eggs, with some fruit, and fermented foods like kimchi. This approach has significantly improved his energy levels, eliminating the afternoon fatigue he used to experience. By reducing carbohydrate intake, the body relies on protein for glucose production, resulting in steady energy throughout the day and enhanced cognitive function. This way of eating causes a noticeable boost in mental clarity and overall well-being. But most Americans are not eating this way. Consider the current health statistics. Nearly half of all Americans are obese today, and by 2030, half of the population will be not just overweight, but clinically obese. Furthermore, about 50% of adults currently have some degree of insulin resistance, and 90% have some form of metabolic dysregulation. This includes factors like waist circumference, low HDL cholesterol, and high triglycerides. Given these alarming statistics, it seems absurd and unethical for health experts to demonize any whole food, including red meat. Red meat consistently appears in studies as one of the most nutrient-dense foods available. It provides the most bioavailable source of iron, which is crucial since iron deficiency anemia remains a significant global health issue. Red meat also supplies essential nutrients like zinc, creatine, carnosine, and carnitine. Despite containing only 3% of the saturated fat in our diet, red meat is often unfairly criticized. Interestingly, while beef consumption has decreased over the past few decades, chicken consumption has increased, and yet our overall health has worsened. Today, the average American diet is predominantly plant-based, but consists largely of ultra-processed foods. This shift has exacerbated health problems. There was a time when all animal source foods were vilified as detrimental to health. However, Research has since shown that fish is associated with better health outcomes. Moreover, dietary cholesterol, once demonized, has been found to have little impact on cardiovascular risk for most people. Full-fat dairy, contrary to previous beliefs, is now linked to better health outcomes compared to low-fat or reduced-fat options. Eventually, we will likely recognize the benefits of foods like red meat. Unfortunately, the politicization of nutrition science has created narratives that obscure these benefits. For example, the China study, often cited in anti-meat arguments, has significant flaws. Red meat is highly nutrient-dense and satiating, making it a better dietary choice than ultra-processed foods like boxed macaroni and cheese. Yet many people continue to consume these less healthy options while avoiding red meat. In the past, mothers had a bias towards vegetarianism due to concerns about heart disease. They avoided red meat and eggs, believing they could clog arteries based on the health advice of that time. As a result, many families ate a diet low in cholesterol and saturated fats, often consuming margarine and cooking with corn oil. This shift towards ultra-processed foods has coincided with an increase in conditions like Alzheimer's, which became more prevalent as these foods became common in the American diet. I myself continue to hear from experts, doctors, and nutritionists about how important diet is to our gut health and our overall health. The problems with ultra-processed foods should be a call to action for us to clean up our diet so that we can avoid conditions such as Alzheimer's and other damaging conditions that evidence continues to point out are caused by the chemicals in our food. One thing that Max said that really made me want to share this discussion with you, and I'm paraphrasing, was the fact that we're getting hit from every angle. It's not just one thing causing all our issues. It's more like a buildup of problems. Our bodies can handle a lot, but there's a limit. When we add up all these exposures with things like nutrient deficiencies, lack of exercise, chronic stress, and poor sleep, it's a recipe for chronic disease. It's pretty obvious why so many of us are struggling. I hope you enjoyed this video and Max Lugavere's take on health. Hopefully, you will feel inspired to work on eating better for a better, healthier life. We don't have to suffer needlessly. We can take action and vote for healthier food options with our purchases. If you would like to hear more expert commentary, please leave a comment down below. Until next time, stay well.